Today we're being joined by one of the Murray Bushrangers' very best and Vic Country representative, AFLW draft prospect, Nikhita Spiteri. Nikhita, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. Now, Nikhita, I normally start with the same question, but I'm going to change it up for you. How many times do people mispronounce your first, last name and spell it wrong?
Oh, not too bad with the pronouncing, but they do spell it. They forget H a lot of the times. Mum and Dad tried to be different and put a H in there, but yes.
Yeah. Do you get used to it now, Nikhita, or does it still bother you a little bit, or do you just whatever?
Oh, I don't really mind. I just make sure to correct them. But yeah.
Very good. Well, as long as I pronounce it right, that's the main thing.
Yes,
now, sweet. So now the original question I always ask anyone, Nikhita, in their draft is, what kind of got you into footy and what type of player you are?
So I actually used to play soccer when I grew up. And yeah, so I grew up playing soccer, and then I started playing for school footy. I started playing at school, and really enjoyed it. Loved the competitiveness and taking my anger out on the field. So yeah, I made the change to footy, and yeah, never have looked back to really.
Very good. How did the first opportunity come about, Nikhita, to play at the Murray Bushrangers, and how was your first moments being told you're going to be in that group of girls, and then to actually start playing and mixing it in with those players?
Oh, I was stoked. So I actually used to live down in Melbourne. So I used to play so I came from Melbourne, and I actually tried out for the Northern Knights. And that was the year that we were transferring up to country. So I made the Northern Knights and was stoked to be a part of that group. But they had to transfer me up to Murray Bushrangers. So yeah, so it happened, pretty quick, but yeah, I was stoked. Yeah, very excited.
That's good. How has your time been since switching over to the Murray Bushrangers been for you?
Yes, I've loved it. I love playing with all the girls, and just love it. Love the environment as well.
That's good. Obviously, you've played in the under-16 Vic Country State Championship, so you're no stranger to the big games for each age group. Back then, how was the representing Vic Country at that level? Then we'll transition on to now. But how was the under-16 state champs at that time?
It was an experience. I was definitely nervous as it was my first time representing Vic Country. I didn't know what to expect really, but I enjoyed playing at that high level and getting a feel what it will be like in the upcoming years. But yeah.
Sure. Obviously, you have that step up. You go from playing at the coach league level, and then you're playing against the best of the best. And it's probably a real great experience for everyone that's playing at that age from under 16s level now, transition under 18s, to get that experience, knowing what to expect when you get that level up as well. And hopefully, again, the state team, the future game, which we'll get to, which was last year, all that step up to getting to play against the best and also with the best.
Yes.
And getting to test yourself too. I mean, no better ass than competing against them as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, the Futures game, Nikhita, that was a big game for you, having 19 disposals, 6 tackles, 8 inside 50s, 2 marks. And I didn't want to mention this, but I'll say it says 4 behinds. But how was that game for you? And a very good game for yourself. And that's the games where you want to shine in the most, where you got everyone watching, or people watch every game, but like most eyes will be on those type of games in particular. And it's good ones to stand out in.
Yes. No, I really enjoyed it. Definitely windy conditions. I won't blame that for my accuracy, but it did take part. But no, definitely working on that accuracy in front of goal. But yeah, I loved it again, like the competitiveness and just playing with all the girls.
So you play through the midfield. So what would you say some of your biggest strengths as a footballer?
I would say my tackling and my second and third efforts around the ball.
Yeah. Very good. You mentioned about your kicking, that obviously it was a windy day. But what are some strengths overall you feel like, you're trying to work on? You just briefly mentioned there are some things you're trying to work on alongside your strengths, but also things you want to get to also be your strengths as well?
Probably my marking. So my aerial, just going up with 2 hands and strong hands as well. So yeah, would like to improve more on that this year, and is something that I have been working on a lot.
So was that, correct me if I'm wrong, was that Futures game at GMHBA?
Yeah, so Latrobe, yep.
Yeah. So how was it like to play in Latrobe, and then kind of get that experience on other venues as well that you may not be as familiar with playing on?
Yes, the ground was amazing. It was big grounds as well. Yeah, good environment. Yeah.
Sure. And now, obviously, I'm not sure if you've ever read up on yourself to see how the online people describe you as a footballer, but I'll read some here and let me know what you think about it and whether you think it's accurate or not. They say a tackling machine who does not fear anything. So you mentioned about tackling just before. One of the best pressure players going around. Her hands at the coalface stand out, and she can make her teammates better with her clean hands under pressure. That's just some of it. As you said, that's some of your strengths, and they're correct.
Yes.
Very good. Now, obviously, in the Vic Country summer squad at the moment in the under-18s, Nikhita, obviously got a few of your Murray Bushrangers teammates in that, Sophia and Rain in it as well. What's it like so far? I know it's only been a few months in that program, but how's it been so far? I think there's been 1 or 2 sessions. Is that correct? And how was that for you?
Yes, so we actually came back from a camp not too long ago, actually. So we went down to, where did we go? I've actually forgotten.
Was there anything at the hangar? Sometimes.
Morwell. We went down to Morwell.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
The first one was at Essendon, and then the second camp was at
That's
Morwell.
Right.
So the most recent one, yeah, it was good. We did we had training sessions, and then we had interviews with some of the AFLW recruiters or club. So that was an experience. Very nervous, but couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity and just what the camp, showed me and taught me as well.
Sure. You just mentioned there about recruiters, so that gives me your next question asks about the recruiting. How was it? You mentioned going in and be nervous, I'm sure. I mean, for anyone, especially at the first one. Was that the very first of that camp? Was that the first AFLW club interview / interaction in that kind that you've had before? And how was it once it started?
Yeah, it was my first time, so I didn't know what to expect, or I was a bit nervous on like my responding, like just getting around the questions and stuff. But no, all of them were super nice and welcoming, and they made it feel a lot easier.
Did you know that before the camp that was going to be something that was happening, or was that just something in your eyes that was just completely out of the blue?
No, yes, it was mentioned that we were going to have interviews with recruiters. We weren't sure what clubs we had, but yeah.
The reason I asked that is because did you try and lean on any former teammates or mates that you know from other clubs that have been through that process and try and get a gist of what it would be like, or was it just didn't see and just see what happens?
Oh, I just took it as it went. I did, practice with Dad a bit on one-on-one, like how to answer some questions, which definitely helped with confidence and stuff. But yeah.
Now, obviously, the draft indicator, I know it's a while away, but I've got to bring it up anyway. Now it's gone national. It used to be where you could be state-based or you could pick national. In terms of end of the year, if the opportunity was to arise, would going in a state be something you'd be open to, or was that something you'd have to kind of wait and see? But now, it is national, so, I suppose you can't technically choose state-based now, but would that be something you'd be open to?
Yes, definitely. I'd be happy to go anywhere. I'd be stoked to go anywhere, really.
Sure. And now, once you were first told, Nikhita, of that Vic Country squad, and obviously, as you said, you've had a few sessions now, how did you tackle that news? And it must be pretty cool to be in the squad yet again, like you were in the under-16s program.
Yes, I was super stoked to be named in the summer squad, Vic Country. Yeah, it took me by surprise, but was really excited.
That's good. Does it make it more comfortable going into a camp like that where, again, the level steps up and everything like that, knowing you had 2 of your teammates from Murray alongside you there?
Yes, it made the experience a lot more, enjoyable as well, having people. I have played with a lot of the girls that were in that squad before, so it made the experience a lot more enjoyable and,
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Well, that makes it better if you've had them through the under-16s. It makes these step-ups, sure, nerve-wracking because it's a level up and an age group above. But if you've played alongside some of them, or even the majority of them, it makes it probably, as I would assume, the transition much easier, knowing, I've had this camp already in the other age group with very similar players already.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
For sure. What have you taken out of these camps so far from the difference between, say, playing at Coast League compared to these summer camps? So I'm sure the intensity would go up. Have you noticed the difference between the two, and what have you taken out of it so far?
Yes, the intensity is a lot higher. Got to be, on the go all the time. You've got to have quick hands. And, work hard under pressure, and it's definitely a step up. But super enjoyable.
Sure.
Yeah.
Would be. What are some goals you set for yourself too this year? Obviously, making the squad so far is obviously, I'm sure, one of the accomplishments. What are some overall goals, though, Nikhita, you got for the rest of this year?
I would say some goals is persistence, not persistence, consistency. Sorry. Consistency through my games this year. Take quarter by quarter. If a quarter doesn't go my way, just head up and keep. There's 4 quarters in a game, not 3. Sorry, 4 quarters in a game. So just take quarter by quarter and keep my head high. A few more wins on the board this year, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And obviously my goal is to make AFLW at the end of the year. So hopefully it all works out. And just work hard. Put everything I have into it. You have nothing to lose at the end of the day.
Sure. Now, it must be, so you mentioned about the team struggling for wins overall last season in the last few years, but there's a massive win at the end of that. You've seen your good mate Holly Egan from the Murray Bushrangers get drafted to Freo. So that kind of makes it, as for a club point of view, much worth it. Yeah, sure, the wins went on the board, but you get a big win. We're having a player get recruited. Yes,
definitely.
And what did she kind of give in the time you were there? Obviously, she was, I think, she's the captain or something like that, and in that leadership role. So what was it like seeing someone like Holly get drafted, and it kind of shows you what the level was? Obviously, you were pretty well being a teammate. Kind of know what you need to expect now to get that next leap up.
Yeah, Holly definitely worked super hard, so it just shows that hard work does pay off in the end. She brought a lot to our team. She was so consistent through all her games, and held our back line alongside others as well. So definitely someone I look up to.
Sure. Now, what are some nicknames you get at the club that you like or dislike?
I do get Spits, Keats, Spitter. Yeah. No, I like all the names. Yeah, I don't mind.
I feel like with the variations of how we were talking about people's spelling and pronunciations, I feel like you get a whole mixture. People that pronounce it wrong, they give these short abbreviated nicknames pronouncing it wrong, and then you get the ones that pronounce it correct of the actual abbreviation. So it's like all these other variations I feel like you could have.
Yes, there is quite a few. But no, it's not something that phases me. I don't mind.
That's good. What footy team did you grow up supporting?
I am a Hawthorn supporter.
Hawthorn. Okay. I think I know where this answer may go. Now, Hawthorn, with all these trends that these players have, Watson and Ginnivan and all these guys, to be honest, I'm not a massive fan of the TikTok stuff and all the catchphrases they give each other and all this stuff. I just got a feeling you do. I don't know why. I'm going to assume you do. Do you like all the nicknames they give each other and all these I'm going to go with names I'll say on here. They give each other.
Some are funny. I don't know. They're all they're cool.
Okay. All right, I'll leave it at there because I could say something completely different to that, but it's all right. Now, have you got any favourite players that you kind of like footy role models growing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a Hawthorn player? Is there any footy players in AFLW or AFL that you kind of look to have some role models looking up to?
He is a Hawthorn player. I do look up to the Wizard. He's yes. But I think his ability around the ball and his just pressure, he doesn't let his height, get to him. He uses it to his advantage. And, I feel like not many people would think, looking at a guy that's short could take control the game so much. But I think, yeah, I just look up to him. His pressure around the ball, his second and third efforts. And yeah.
Very good. How do you reckon Hawthorn will go in the men's and women's comps coming into this year?
I think in the men's we have potential. Like, considering last year we did make top 8. I think this year we do have a good chance. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we do have a young team, so we're building, and yeah, hopefully this year, make finals
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then with the women's AFLW, I think we'll do good. I think
It'd be interesting with them. They obviously going out in straight sets in 2 close losses in both their finals also, and they have lost a few. When I return my own show, I might not have them in the 8. I feel like they've lost a few key players. Mattia Breed, Charlotte Basco, and just name a few. I don't know where they'll go, but we'll wait and see. Now, in terms of leadership aspirations, Nikhita, is that something you've ever been a part of a leadership group? Is it something that you want to get into? What are you with that?
It's definitely something I do want to get into, just to push myself outside my comfort zone. It is my top age year as well. So, if I had the opportunity, I'd definitely take it.
For sure. Who would you say is some of your toughest opponent, or your toughest opponent you've matched up on at any level so far? Is there a name that comes to mind, if not an individual player, a club?
Ooh, that's hard. All the girls, they're all so good, like across the Coates Talent League. So I don't think I have one in mind at the moment, but no, they're all super competitive, and I love playing against all the girls. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Any personal or team footy accomplishments, Nikhita, that you've had throughout your footy time, whether it's at Murray or at Northern Knights or any level at footy? Is there anything that you've ever had, individual or team success you've had throughout your footy career?
Like as a team?
Yeah, like premierships, best and fairest, anything like that?
I got under 16s best and fairest for Murray Bushrangers.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. As a team, I think even last year, just looking at last year, how far we had come from the start towards the end. We did put our heads down quite a bit throughout the year just because we couldn't seem to get a win on the board. But in the last game against Bendigo, we did get a win. I think towards the end of the year, we just worked better as a team and, found those kicks across the ground. So, yeah, definitely. I would say that was an accomplishment in itself. Yeah.
Very good. Now, some teammate questions, Nikhita. I love asking teammate questions. So, who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera at the Bushrangers or any of the Vic Country sides, and they can't get enough of it and they know what to do when the camera's around?
Oh, our team does seem to love the camera when it is out. I
was going to say I was going to be shocked if you said no one, really, considering the way it is these days. Yes.
Probably maybe Rain Dodge. She does love, a good joke here and there, and when the camera is out, she's definitely in front of it.
Yeah. Very good. Who would Google themselves and watch your own highlights back?
Who would Google themselves?
Yeah, they just went on Google, typed their own name up, checked their highlights reel, and just started watching it or bragging about it.
Whoa. I'm going to say... No one's done it yet, but I feel like...
Who do you reckon would?
Rose Bell, maybe. Rose Bell.
All right.
Rose Bell bragging about a good goal or something, good tackle on one of us, but yeah.
To be honest, I mean, I asked a question, but I probably would be one to do it myself as well. I mean, if you get a good goal, I mean, hence I do goal kicking challenges, of course, and I post the highlights of them, best bits, of course, on Insta. The whole lot goes on YouTube. But yeah, so I love it as well. I think it's pretty cool. Favorite teammates?
Teammates. Oh, I love all my teammates.
Good answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I love all my teammates. I don't think I have a favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, I love playing with all of them, and they're all super funny and make me laugh. Yeah.
That's good. Now you've played at a few coach league clubs, so this answer could go anywhere. If this can be as unrealistic as you like. If you could steal any player from any other coach talent league club, who would you like to steal / poach, and why?
Oh, that's hard.
Again, it can be as unrealistic as you want.
Let me think.
Any touted pick ones, maybe?
Like, sorry, it can be someone who's drafted.
Oh, yeah, you can do that, actually. Someone that's probably just been drafted, or someone that's potentially going to be pick one this year in the draft when it comes around.
Okay.
Anyone.
That is so hard.
Too many names.
Yeah, there is. I'm trying to like go through everybody.
Yeah. Any of the Gold Coast Academy ones that seem to get talked about, all the ones in the top 10 range?
Oh. That is so hard. I can't think. If
Fair
I
enough.
could take all of them, I would.
Well, there you go. It'd be unstoppable. There'd be you wouldn't lose a game at all. It'll just keep going and going. Guy, teammates you're impressed by, Nikhita, they kind of fly under the radar a little bit and don't get talked about as much as you feel they should.
Ooh, she is a bottom ager, but I think Eliza Roach, who plays in Murray Bushrangers, she's just a little weapon. Like, she can make something out of nothing, like a little, what do you call it? Like a little
anything, any situation, you just pull something out.
Something out of nothing. She's a whipper on the ground. Can mark, goal kick, everything.
Well, everyone loves a highlights reel. Now, your hidden talents. Is there any secret / hidden talents that you have that people may not know, or many few know?
A hidden talent. I'm not that exciting.
Okay. That's what they all say.
A hidden talent. No, I don't have a hidden talent.
Okay.
I know. I'm boring.
That's fair enough. All right. This answer could be something similar then. What are some fun facts about you that people may not know about you?
I used to play soccer.
Okay, that counts.
A fun fact about me. This is so hard.
There you go. See, sometimes this will stump us. Sometimes it'll just get you. But soccer counts. That we'll count that. How were you at soccer? Any good?
I would say I was pretty good. I did grow up watching my sister quite a bit as she played at a high level, so I learned a lot off her. So I would say I was all right.
Very good. In your time playing soccer and watching soccer, do you feel like overall, Nikhita, that a few people, people that played overall, men's or women's, they kind of exaggerate a bit of a tackle or a slide and they want to get carried off on a stretcher?
Yes, I would agree with that. Definitely.
Did you ever have that happen in your league when you were playing, whether it was in your team or the opposition?
One here or there. To get a free kick or something.
Yes, exactly. Sure, some of it's real, but sometimes I reckon they exaggerate it for that exact reason to do that. Now, speaking of teammates again, who would you say is the best singer / dancer at the club? Is there anyone that does that?
Singer and dancer at the club.
Either or.
Singer or dancer?
There's no clear standout, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, not that I've seen, no.
See, people are hiding things. See, these hidden talents. I think a lot of people have these hidden talents that they don't want to bring out in front of everybody.
I know.
Yeah,
not that I've seen.
Interesting. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this in some AFL games and AFLW games as well. They have, when someone kicks a goal now, it seems to be not every club, but some clubs are starting to get around it. When they kick a goal, Brisbane in the men's are a prime example, and Hawthorn in the women's. They have their song play after every time someone kicks a goal. And Joe Danaher was one that had one of the popular ones, and so did Charlie Cameron as well for Brisbane. They had a song come on the big screen, and that would play out loud while after the goal had happened. What would be your song if you were to have kick a goal? And I'm sure you kick plenty of goals, so you'd have time for it to come up. What song would you have, and what song would you want to come on the big screen and start playing?
That is hard as well. I have so many favorite songs.
Yeah, name them.
I think one that would get me like hyped. That, yeah, I hear a lot. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even know the name of it, to be honest.
Okay.
Thunder.
Is it Thunderstruck from AC/DC? That one.
Yeah. I think that's the song that gets me hyped.
That is a good one, yes.
Yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't mind that playing up.
I'm glad that is a very good one, and absolutely. I'm glad you said something that I know, because trust me, there's not many non-wrestling songs I've had in person. So outside of those songs, obviously besides the most popular ones, you won't really get me knowing with confidence at least these other songs that I may not have heard of. So I'm glad you gave me one that I actually happen to know the name of. So thanks for that. And that didn't make me look bad there. So thank you. That's a good one. Now, yes. I may know the answer to this, as you've just mentioned another sport outside of footy. But if you weren't playing footy, what sport would you be playing? And is it soccer?
You know what? I actually, if I had to play another sport, I would play tennis.
Okay.
I love playing tennis. I play it with my friends sometimes, and I enjoy it so much. Yeah. I love it. And
very good.
It open, yeah. It's so enjoyable.
Yeah. Some interesting stories coming to that. People retiring when injured, people cracking their shits, throwing their rackets. There's always something happening in the Oz Open or any tennis competition for that matter.
Yeah, there is. No, I love it. Yeah.
Or controversy or late finishes, 5-setters, 3 sets. It's just, and they have, the juice and all that stuff. It just keeps going back and forth. There's some interesting games in that for sure. Now, this could be interesting. Which teammate, now you can include yourself in this, Nikhita, if you want, either yourself or which teammate would fancy themselves to appear on a TV show, and what TV show would they appear on or want to appear on?
So I'm choosing someone?
You can choose anyone else, or you can choose yourself to say what show you would like to be on. Okay,
if I had to go on a show, I think I would choose I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Oh yeah, you love the jungle stuff.
Yes, I think that would be an experience. Yeah, push me out of my comfort zone as well.
I'm sure it would. You wouldn't probably. I don't watch show properly, so I don't fully know. But then they have these interesting activities where they're eating worms or some shit. Like
yes, all sorts of crazy activities. Yeah, snakes. Yeah.
That'd be very interesting. Favorite app on your phone?
Oh, that's not hard. TikTok. So addictive. Yep, so addictive. I need to get rid of it for this show, especially going into year 12. Definitely need to get rid of it. But yes, I love it.
That's good. Is there any particular video that you've put up that's blown off or that you've been in?
Not really, no. Yeah, unfortunately not.
Not yet.
Yes, not yet. Maybe soon.
Maybe soon. Hey, maybe if you get a highlights reel and there's a good goal or a great mark that you contender and you put it up, well then that should kickstart it.
Yes, hopefully.
Now that was the next. that was the next question I was going to say. Now, Nikhita, if you were to get a mark or goal of the year contender, which one would you rather do and why? And then additionally on top of that, would you be one to post it?
So would I rather?
So which one would you rather do, a mark or goal of the year? And if you were to pull whichever one you choose off, or both, would you be one to post it additionally as well?
So if I got mark of the year,
would you post it? If it's like, say you got one of the two, would you post it? Okay, cool. That's one. And which one would you rather do and why?
What are the two options? Sorry.
Mark or goal of the year.
Oh, mark or goal of the year. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I'd say goal of the year.
Mm-hmm. Any particular reason? They look better, don't they?
Yeah, they just more exciting. Yeah.
Sure.
I think. And would I post?
Yeah, and would you post it if you were to pull it off and it won, or was just a good goal in general? Would you post it?
Yeah, why not? I would post it. Good. Yeah.
So would I. I mean, like I said before, got a goal king challenge to put them all up. I mean, I kind of have to, and that's the whole point of doing podcasts, I think, is to post what you do in that stuff. But regardless, if I wasn't doing a podcast or anything, I still would post it because why not? I mean, you don't kick them every day, so why not?
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen. Why not? Now, name 3 famous people, dead or alive, that you would want to go to dinner with.
Okay. Jacob Elordi.
Mm-hmm. Heard that name a fair bit get brought up here on that question.
Who else? Channing Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
any footy player?
Footy player. I think Luke Hodge.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Luke Hodge.
Very nice. If you could have any superpowers, what superpowers would they be?
Superpowers. To be invisible.
Invisible, yep.
Yeah, turn invisible.
Just like John Cena, because you can't see him.
I can usually think of these as well. Pretty quick.
Well, we got that one pretty quick.
To be invisible.
Anything about flying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to pay. Yeah, then you don't have to pay for anything, pretty much. No train ticket, no car worries, no tram, no bus, none of that. All gone. Yeah, that'd be good.
Probably just what do you call it? When you move from one place to another really quick.
I know what you're talking about. The time machine.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. So
that's
if I can move, here to overseas.
Teleportation. That's the one. Teleportation.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Good. I'm on fire today, correcting myself. Yeah, so that's good. Good. Normally when someone says that, I'll be like, I don't know. So 2 for 2 on that. I feel pretty proud. Now, speaking of 2 for 2, we're going to go to a mini food quiz. So I like asking these food questions, Nikhita. And so I've done this with over 150 people, and I reckon only 13 fantastic people. I've got all 6 questions correct to how I would answer them. Now, how it has to work, how you get a point, is if you would answer the question correctly to how I would do it. If you get it wrong to how I would answer, you don't get a point. The lowest score anyone's ever got is a bunch of people on 3 out of 6. Now, no one's joined this fake honours board here to get 2 or less. So you want to be the first person put on the board, fake honours board here. Now, how are you with food, questions, or topics and debates, and how do you reckon you'll go?
Oh, I think I'll do pretty good, hopefully.
All right. I think you will. I mean, everyone else has, so I don't see why you wouldn't. Yes. Now, the first one is the most important one. Now, I'm a bit worried because you're from Victoria, like me, but I don't answer it like some Victorians do. If I was talking to someone from WA or SA, I'd be pretty confident with this one, but this one, I don't know where it's going, so hopefully it's not bad. Chicken palmy. Is it a palmy or is it something else?
No, it's a palmy. Okay.
Thank you.
If you asked me 3 years ago, I would have told you it's Palmer. But
really,
moving from Melbourne up here, it's palmy.
Thank you.
It makes more sense. Yes.
Good. Thank God, Nikhita, because I didn't have to give you the lecture of why it's not anything else bar palmy. And what I tell people, right, is, and I've actually converted 2 people live on film that said the opposite. So I feel pretty proud of myself to convert some people. Yeah. And I'll tell you what it is anyway. So basically what I say to them is, okay, why is it not palmy? There's 2 things. Spell it out and pronounce it. Palmy, Jana, not Parmigiana. And it's spelled with an I. So it's literally that. It can't be anything else. I've even heard weird pronunciation, not even just Palm. I've heard Palm-O, Palm-E with E-Y or something. I've just seen some weird variations. But yeah, thank God you got that 1 for 1. I think you'll go all right since you got the main one correct. So we're on the right track, 1 for 1. Right. Second one, tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
I say fridge.
Okay.
I'm saying fridge. I like my tomato sauce cold.
Yeah,
sorry,
that's fair enough.
My hot food.
Very true. That's exactly right. Smart. Yeah. Now, I don't mind either, so I give everyone a point for this. But here's the catch. I'm still waiting for this day. I've asked, as I said, over 150 people this question. I'm waiting for someone to give me an answer of neither. No one's giving me the answer of neither, because that'll be the only way no one gets a point. Because there's nothing wrong with tomato sauce, so we're 2 for 2. So that's great. See, I only need 1 more to pass the test. You're doing fantastic. Now, pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, but we didn't get 6 for 6. That's okay. That's okay.
I love pineapple on my pizza.
So if that one is another hotly debated one, but the palmy one, Nikhita, is the one that really annoys me the most. That's the one that really gets me, but that's okay. Right. Favorite food?
Oh, this is a question that always gets me because I have so many favorite foods.
Mm-hmm.
I love food.
Yes, same.
Yes, I think just a basic one, just pasta. I think you can't go wrong with pasta. I'm always in the mood for pasta. Yeah.
Yes. Same here. Yeah. And I totally did not give Nikhita these answers. So if anyone's saying I gave her the answers is lying, because if I did, she wouldn't have said pineapple. But anyway, that's okay. So 3 for 4. See, you've got equal. You can't be dead last now, so you're already not on this fake board. Now, the next one, food you don't like.
Food I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. It's hard because I love so many foods. Food I don't like.
A certain little small ingredient. Go on.
I do not like celery. I can't stand the taste. Cannot stand the taste.
You know what? I'm tempted to agree with you. I have had it. I don't hate it, but it is like how you just detailed it. It is plain and tasteless.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you that for the great analysis you gave me there, because that's the exact. I don't hate it. Don't worry. See, I love the definition there. So 4 for 5, 1 to go. Favorite takeaway / restaurant place.
Ooh. Okay, favorite takeaway is Green Street. I love Green Street, the blackened chicken burger bowl from Green Street. Yeah, love it. And did you say favorite restaurant?
Yeah, it can be either or. Yep.
Favorite restaurant?
Or type of restaurant. Doesn't have to be a specific name. It can just be like a I don't know, like a burger place. Could be like just a basic generic restaurant type.
I do love a Greek restaurant. A good souvlaki. Okay. Yeah, a good souvlaki. I do love that.
And this is for you don't lose points for this, but go-to order.
Like from the Greek restaurant?
Yeah.
A chicken souvlaki, and it has to have chips in it. which I think I do.
In the actual souvlaki you're talking about?
Yes, in the actual souvlaki, yep.
Okay. I've seen that happen. Not too many people. I've seen that from here time to time. People put chips in burgers or in sandwiches or whatever. Not bad. So 5 for 6. See, Nikhita, there was nothing to worry about. 5 out of 6, you nailed it. Only 13 people, as I said, got 6 for 6. So there's always one question that stumps a lot of people. But here we are. Well, good job.
Yes.
You passed the main test. This was the biggest test of them all. They're just the food ones. Forget the rest. That was the most hardest question you could possibly get.
I'm glad I got passed.
I'm glad you got past 2 out of 6 because I'm waiting for that time whenever it happens. At this point, it's not happening. Who's getting their name written on here? I call it a fake honest board, but at this point, I've gotten this far of no one getting it. I might generally put their name on for the video if they actually get it, because I don't see it happening anytime soon. But here we are.
Yes,
now, exactly. Now, most prized possessions that you own. Is there any thing that are very memorable that you own?
Say that again. Sorry.
Most prized possessions. So most prized possessions that you own.
Like what game?
Anything. Could be like a Guernsey that you own. That's like a signed Guernsey, a premiership Guernsey. Some people say car. Some people say like a present they got. Is there anything that jumps out? Basically something that probably is in your room. Something like there's like a poster, a trophy, a certain photo with someone, a footy player or whatever. Anything that jumps out? Interesting.
Yeah, it's hard.
Ever got anything that something that you got as a present or Christmas present or birthday present, whatever, or as a gift, that is very memorable? Nothing that jumps out. She might be one of the first people to be stumped on this question too.
Well, I actually can't. There's so many things I'm so grateful for, but I actually.
Yes. Everything's equal, just like the favorite teammate. Everything's equal.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know.
That's fair enough. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Back to a teammate question. Best chatterbox at the club. Is there a chatterbox? And they're not a bad thing.
Oh, best chatterbox. I'm going to say Connie. Connie does. She can chat, and she sometimes I have to stand away from her because she just distracts me too much. But no, I love having chats with Connie.
As I was just going to say, there's nothing wrong with being a chatterbox. Sure, it can be annoying, but it also can be a good thing because, as you would know, Nikhita, on a footy field, you don't want people that don't talk on the footy. You need that communication, you need that noise, and you need everything like that. Yes,
no, definitely.
Yeah, you don't want it to be dead silent. Now, I've got a few more questions for you, Nikhita, so I do really appreciate you coming on. Favorite TV shows or movies?
Okay, favorite movie. I think I've always loved this movie, but Marley and Me. It is sad, but I've always loved watching that one.
Yeah.
A TV show.
Yeah.
I love Peppa Pig. I have always loved Peppa Pig, and I will still to this day, if Peppa Pig is on the TV, I will watch it. But I do not get much in nowadays to sit in front of the TV. So.
Of course. Now, pulling back the curtain here, and I don't know why the hell I'm saying this. I'm going back to when, I'm in my 20s, but that's not that long ago, but not any time recently. Just got to make this clear. That was a show I did watch, but not now or any time recently. But that was one.
How good is it? I love it.
I know. I'm not going to say much more on it. If I start saying how much I know it, then people are going to start thinking I watch it now, which I don't. I don't know anything about it now. Nothing. Unless I see a video pop up, I would have no idea. All right. No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely nothing. What's something someone does at the club that you can't stand, Nikhita? Whether that's leaving rubbish around, it's being flat out annoying. Is there anything that jumps to mind?
Something that annoys me at the club.
Or just in general. It doesn't even have to be at the footy club.
Okay, just in general.
Yeah.
And people, when I can hear someone chewing, like in my ear, that annoys me. I can't, like, even with a chewy in their mouth and they're just like going at it. I can't.
I know exactly that. And that is a common answer for this question. So, see,
and my dad is the biggest culprit. Like, oh my God, especially driving all to trainings every day. All you can hear is him chewing. And I can't. I have to turn the music up in the car.
Yeah. He's just trying to distract himself from the long road trips all the time. Actually, that was one thing I was going to ask you. Is the training travel something you get used to now? Or is it something that's pretty good? I know some places I play in, like the Murray Bushrangers or Bendigo Pioneers, there's sometimes not that close to where the training facilities are, or the chops and changes all the time. How is the travel for you? And is it something that you get used to now? Or is it something still you're trying to adjust to even this far in?
I think because I'm an hour from where we train, like, besides hubs. Like, if we're doing hubs, I'm only 20 minutes. But if we're doing, like, in Wang, I'm an hour. It's something I have gotten used to. But I feel like I'll struggle with it quite a bit this year, just juggling year 12 as well, like finding that time when to study and stuff. But yeah, it's goes pretty quick when you have dad in the car as well, who talks a lot. But yeah, no, I don't mind it.
That's all right. You know, and it's I know you're not the only one in this spot, but it's great dedication that a lot of you show these days, because, you know, some people complain about 15 minutes away or 20 minutes away, and here you are doing an hour. I've spoken to people that have done 3 hours or so for traveling up and back the same night. Yeah. And, you know, the dedication can never be questioned for people that want to chase what they want to get to, traveling that far consistently 2-3 times a week, and the game day to just feel a dream they want to get to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very, very good. Now, 2 more before I wrap this up. So, if you were in charge of the AFL, Nikhita, or the AFLW, what rule would you like to add to the competition and or remove? You're in charge, you're the CEO, no one can tell you what to do. Your decision is what's final. What is that rule going to be that's added or removed, or both?
Added or removed. Okay.
Anything to do with umpiring, fixturing, anything at all?
Okay, removed, I would probably say how you have to, like, stand on the mark, like you can't move.
The stand rule. Yeah,
I don't really like that rule.
You're not the only one. Trust me, that is a very common answer, that one, yes. Yeah.
I think standing on the mark, just pointless, really. And if I could add one, if I could add a rule.
Quarter lengths, season length being longer, quarters being longer. Again, you're in charge. Decision's final.
I think, seasons being longer. Because once the season's over, I don't even know what to do with myself. I get pretty bored. So, just at least going up to Christmas or just before Christmas. Yeah, it would be nice.
Yes. For sure. Yeah. Do you reckon you'd be able to cope? Because I would like games to be extended longer for starters in any level. But do you feel like, because I know some rebuttal to that, some people will say things like, oh, but it's hotter in, December, November, etc., when cricket's on. Do you reckon you'd be one to be able to cope with that?
I think it is pretty hot where I live, Aubrey. So I think I'd cope with it pretty good. I do love the heat as well.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Now, the last one for you, Nikhita, so I really do appreciate you coming on, is this: make your bold call. It can be the coach telling league, it can be about yourself, it can be about Hawthorn in the AFL or AFLW. What is your bold call for season 2025?
A bold call.
A bold call. Bold statement. What's something you want that you think could happen, and we can come back in 6 months' time or whatever and come back and see what you said and see if it eventuated.
Sorry, wait, just about Coates Talent League?
So it can be anything. It can be about Coates Talent League, about Murray Bushrangers, it can be about anyone. It can be about an individual player. It can be about AFLW or AFL. It can be about Hawthorn, anything. What is that bold call you're going to make? It's your bold statement.
This is really bold.
It is.
But
hence the name.
It's really bold, but why not? Hawthorn. Hawthorn will make the granny this year.
In the which comp? Just to clarify.
AFL. Sorry, AFL.
Yes. All right, that's the bold call. I mean, if you listen to a few people on the internet, which I mean, you listen to people on the internet, sometimes they talk a lot of rubbish, but sometimes some people do talk good. And that's not the first time I've heard that, but that's, in my eyes, that would be a bold call. But hey, that's what a bold call's for, right?
It's bold, but you know what? I think we can do it. Considering how good we did last year with such a new team, I think we can do it.
I'm sure if that does happen, we'll come back in September and look back at that, Nikhita. And when then at that point, you're hopefully about to be drafted, and then you can go, oh, I also got my bold call correct, Nikhita. It's been a pleasure having you on. Thanks for coming on, and all the best, and good luck in the Vic Country squad in particular.
Oh, thank you, Cooper, for having me.
No worries.